Brothers and sisters, peace and greetings to you. I was asked the question, is a vote for Dr. Jill Stein a vote for Trump? And I'm about to answer. Before that, I wanted to say that there hasn't been a time like this in history where the person who is responsible and committing a genocide is running for elections. There has never been a case like this in history. Usually, these kind of people turn out to be dictators if they were voted democratically to begin with, or they were dictators to start with. And electing, voting during a genocide for people who are on the ballot, who are committing genocide, should be a very easy moral, ethical question. Think of seeing Hitler on the ballot, or think of seeing Mussolini on the ballot, or think of seeing Stalin on the ballot. Is it only retroactively that we see dictators, that we see genocide? Is it only in movies that we recognize genocides, but if they happen in front of us for real, we don't recognize them? I don't understand. I said it before and I say it again. The silence of the majority of the public regarding the genocide and the majority of public supporting genociders such as Kamala Harris, the inheritor of genocide Biden, or a genocider wannabe like Trump. These people who are in majority voting and endorsing these two candidates are endorsing genocide, and they will be indifferent to you and I if we were the victims of a genocide, even here at home. There is no difference. We are seeing the same images on our phones. It is as close as it can be. It cannot be closer than that. And yet, over 60,000 children killed is not moving people. It is a very dangerous time that we live in. United States is committing a genocide. Kamala Harris is committing a genocide. Literally, the bombs that she sends every day in her administration, 70% of all the war and genocide committed by Israel is totally funded by the United States. This is according to the Watson Institute for International and Public Affairs, which is a part of Brown University. I don't know what more to say about that. At any case, is voting for Dr. Jill Stein a vote for Trump? First of all, the corruption of the democratic system in this country is not your responsibility. You shouldn't have to pay the price for this failed authoritarian system by surrendering your interests, voice, and choice. The two ruling parties are responsible for this decline, for this descent, and they will eventually bear the consequences, if not together, then one after the other. We don't care who's going to lose first, the Democrats or the Republicans. We are watching right now the disassembly of the Democratic Party as the liberal voters are seeing a party that is endorsing genocide and committing genocide, and they cannot hold both liberal values and a genocide responsibility. The Republican Party will follow too. It may seem like the Democrats are currently paying the price, but this is misleading. We are not sure about that. A study by Newsweek shows that Trump suffers a greater impact from third-party votes than Harris. Actually, he loses 2% when Stein is on the ballot, while Harris loses less than that. But listen, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. They are two sides of the same coin. Candidates for one unified party called the Party of the Zionist Lobby, the Party of AIPAC, supported by the military industry complex and their dirty political finance. That's what we want to fight against. Whether it is two parties representing that or more, whatever delusion of democracy they are giving you, you are not living in democracy. Voting for a third party candidate is an exit from this binary system, from this duopoly, allowing you to vote for what you genuinely believe in, rather than simply choosing the lesser evil. Today, this two party system aligns itself with corporations, the arms industry, Israel, standing against your interests, your health, your education, and the future of your children. This system even supports the mass destruction of your own people to expand Israel's reach. It has become an authoritarian system that censors dissent, censors other voices. Why is Jill Stein not on the debate? Why is she not interviewed by CNN and by Fox News? That must be, this system must be dismantled through a third party voting. They made it impossible. The Green Party made it through this impossibility. And by strengthening these alternatives year after year, we will break the duopoly. By 2030, when the majority of voters will be from Generation Z, who are disillusioned with the two main parties and support Palestine by over 68%, the grip of the duopoly will finally weaken and break. It's coming. You want to be part of it or you want to be against it is only something for your grandchildren to praise you or curse you for. Neither major party truly represents the interests of voters on issues like healthcare, climate change, or social justice. What are you voting for? These people are already in power. Trump versed Biden, and Trump ruled for 4 years, and Biden ruled for 4 years, and you are getting worse and worse. Your life sucks, and your life is getting harder. Your student loan is higher. Your inflation is higher. What are you voting for? The focus should be on expanding democracy and providing more choices rather than restricting people to two dominant parties. It is really a priority right now to think outside the box and to think that this system is not working for you and has been designed to give you the illusion that you live in a democracy and you have the right to vote. It's just switching one agent of AIPAC with another, is switching one agent of Boeing and the military industry with another. Election outcomes shouldn't blame voters who support third parties. It is the failure of the two-party system to provide convincing alternatives. The Democrats haven't offered anything persuasive to earn my vote. So how could that be a Jill Stein's fault? The Democrats refused even minimal efforts to stop the genocide in Gaza, standing against global human rights organizations, the United Nations. Every single judge and activist or person who sought to prevent the killing of children and women in Gaza, even when urged to restrict U.S. bombs from targeting areas of refugees and civilians and to stop arming Israel just to stop that, they refused. Should Jill Stein be blamed for them losing my vote? Today, there is a bill by Senator Bernie Sanders, which only had 12 support in Congress, 535 representatives and senators. Only 12 signed this bill that calls for conditional embargo on the $20 billion aid that is being sent to Israel. Let's see your democratic system. Is it going to represent you or not? Republicans, meanwhile, are hostile to refugees, to immigrants, to allies. They are allies of Israel, and they are allies of the religious fanatic far right in America. They haven't presented any compelling reasons for my vote. Is Jill Stein to blame for that? Voting for Stein is the only ethical option left. She offers a just and sustainable vision for the country's future away from the divisive policies of the two-party system that only deepen crisis. Harris, Biden, and their administration are war criminals who should face the International Criminal Court. Their place is only in prison. They have the blood of over 300,000 Palestinians, Lebanese, medics, children, journalists, and a global humanitarian workers on their hands, including American global humanitarian workers. Aligning yourself with them is a crime, one that your children and grandchildren will not forgive you for, just as if you had voted for Hitler or Mussolini or Stalin. And Trump, he is the epitome of fascism and incitement, promoting violence and genocide in Gaza and American imperialism. He openly defied international laws by gifting the Golan Heights to Israel. I mean, these are actions. Not only what he promises, which is more genocide, he tells you what he is going to do. He says it. Only if you are blind, deaf, and dumb that you don't know what he is going to do. He moved the US embassy to Jerusalem, and he trampled on human rights with his brutal immigration policies. History will judge those who support him just as harshly. Jill Stein, on the other hand, is principled doctor who has supported people's causes and stood with Palestine since her youth. She and the Green Party consistently fought for people, the environment, the impoverished, for world peace. She has been with Gaza and Palestine from day one. They have never flinched. They don't accept corporate money. They're against corporate finance. They're against money in politics. Go look at the platform, jillstein2024.com/platform. It's all stated there. Every single one of them serves your community, and every single one of them is ignored by these two other warmongers. There has never been an easier choice in history than voting for her. She's on the ballot everywhere, and the only thing standing between her and the White House is the belief that you, as the majority, are too afraid to break the illusion of the two-party tyranny. You think it's impossible. You think the majority thinks it's impossible to vote for a third party. Isn't that an oxymoron? Isn't that a contradiction? The majority thinks they're a minority. Wake up. You are the majority. Your vote counts. It's easy. You vote what you believe. This is the core of democracy. Anyone who tries to teach you that democracy is not that, they are not promoting democracy. They are promoting tyranny. Thank you.